Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Reality Is. So, I'm stopping by today, to talk about revamping my channel. We're still going to talk about topics that's important. I'm still going to express my opinions to conversations or issues or incidents that happen that's going on in our lives. But I want to expand it a little more. So, we all have buy products. We all use services. We have cars. We have car insurance. We get our cars fixed with different companies. And so I want to talk about those things from my experiences and others that I've spoken with in their experiences. We're not going to stray away from the tough topics that we don't like to talk about. We're still going to talk about those topics, but we're going to keep it real. This is a channel that's going to be very transparent. We're going to create open dialogue. We're going to be very respectful of one another because we all don't have to agree, but we can disagree with respect. Um, and right now, we're living in a time that we're living with a new norm. And after this is over, when it's going to be over, um, things will not be the same as they was before COVID-19 hit. There are a lot of pressures. There are a lot of incidents. We're about to approach election season. In a couple of months, there is a lot of trickery going on to try and retain an office. And so we just want to empower ourselves. We want to educate ourselves. And I'm not saying on this channel that I know it all, because I do not know it all. We all are in a learning situation. Life teaches us things every second, minute, hour, day, week, month, and year. And if you don't learn something in life, then you might want to do a reevaluation of yourself. And so I want you to invite others. I want you to subscribe. I want you to leave your suggestions. I want you to click on the notification bell um, for this channel going forward, because we have news media, but in my experience and my watching the news, it does not tell the whole story. Sometimes the news seems to be a little swayed at times. And we don't need to have things swayed. We need to be honest. A lot of our problems that we're dealing with today is because we're not honest. There's no transparency. There's no transparency in the judicial system. There's no transparency in the police department. Our elected officials don't have transparency. Hell, in some of our households, there is no transparency. And some of us, there's no transparency. We lie to ourselves and make it seem like what we're doing is okay, and it's not. So I want us to be mature adults on this channel. Um, this is not always about color, but we're living in it. We have to be honest. A lot of the conversation that's going on has something to do with the racial tension that has overflowed over 400 plus years. So we have to be honest about what we're dealing with. Some white people may not understand the conversation we have because they don't stand in our shoes. But we still have to be honest on this channel. And I'm not going to restrict who we're going to bring up in topics, because nobody is off limits. But still, at the same time, we're still going to be respectful of the conversations that we have. And yes, I may get a little frustrated and a little upset because I'm passionate about the things I speak of. And this is a time for everybody to get involved one way or another if we want to see changes in the United States. We can no longer function the way we used to function. And COVID-19 has showed us a lot of things that we had blinders on, that we have been dealing with for years and years and years. And now it is starting to surface before our very eyes. And so the question is, what do you do when you have issues that come before you frequently? And so we all have a part to play. in the position of change. It might need to start in your household. Who's to say? It might need to start in schools, and it definitely start in a political arena, because they have got the oath of office, and now it's all about the money and not about serving the people. And if we're going to be living like that, then why do we need elected officials sitting in the seat? Because in reality, they're just another human being. They don't have all the answers, and they don't do everything the right way neither. And money does sway people to sell out those who they say they serving when they're live during election time. So those are some things that we'll be talking about on this channel. I do have another channel called True Keep Talking, and I may send some things over there. So just keep a watchful eye and share, so we can have real good dialogue. And may not be comfortable conversation all the time, and everybody may not like it, but again, this is the environment in which we are living in today. So, and we need to have these types of conversations. We just can't keep straying away from them, and pretending like they don't exist, because they do. All right, so just subscribe. I want you all to join in, and let's have good conversation, and topics you want to talk about, or whatever it may be. Let's discuss it. Everybody has an experience with something at one time or another, with a manufacturer, with a company, or with a service, whatever it may be. And if we don't know these issues exist, how can we protect ourselves? How can we push for improvement of services? And we deserve that, because we work hard for whatever we get. And there's no sense of us just throwing our money away to people who don't respect us as customers. So just keep that in mind. All right. Until we talk again.